Party started here. Right. Let's get this going. Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I hope everybody's doing great today. Let me go ahead and say hello to everybody and we'll get started. We got Ivano, we got James Kwong, we got Spider Monkey from Tennessee, of all places, Bill, Devin, Deanna, Vernon. We got Steven. Hello, Vernon. Good morning. We got Steven, we got Thomas, we got Scuba Chris, we got Wardog, we got good morning, Jeff. We got Jill, we got Keith, we got Robert, we got Wade, we got Stan, we got Cheese Grater. Cheese Grater Trader. My goodness. What has the world come to? We got Cheese Grater Traders around here. Robert, Kevin, David, Andrew, we got Cam. Good morning, Cam. We got Flying Ronin. We got Vertuvian. We got Richard from Puente Gorda. Good morning, Richard. Hope you had a nice weekend. Hope everybody had a very nice Memorial Day. If you're a vet, we want to thank you for everything you've done for this country. Eduardo, good morning. Mitch, good morning. Henry, Ray, Jesse, CJ, Harold, Tom, Wardog. It is Tuesday, right? Yeah, I thought it was Monday too for a minute, but it is Tuesday. Feels like a Monday. We got Henry, Ray, Jesse, CJ, Harold, Tom, Wardog, Anukumar, David, Kirk. Good morning, Kirk. John, Javad. Good morning, Javad. Robert, Gregory, Dave, Arnulfo. Hey, Arnulfo. Hope you had a nice weekend. JB, Jody's here. Genevieve, Debbie, Dollar Bill, Richard, Ray. Hey, Chris. Good morning to you. Richard, Gregory. We got a lot of people here. We got I did see Mission Impossible. It was fantastic. And I saw another show that I want to talk about in a second. Good morning, Gregory. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Terry, Lawrence, Ringo. Ringo's in the house. Hey, Brian. Thank you. I appreciate the updated code, folks. We're getting an update for AlphaZone Pro. We've made some changes to the AlphaZone Pro updates. Thank you, Brian, for doing that. We'll be putting the code in the members area today. Made a little. This is our second adjustment second code change since we launched it. Thank you, Brian, for seeing that. I appreciate it. Richard says markets up, life is good. Richard, life should be good regardless of the market's up or down. If the market dictates your life that bad, that means you're very emotionally driven to what's happening to the market, which means your position size is probably too big. Shouldn't be driven by the market. Market should be driven by you. Bob, good morning, Bob. I hope you had a great Memorial Day. Chad, Illinois grain farmer. Edgar, Sin, Victoria, Dave, Moondog is in the house. Good morning. We got GM. Good morning, GM. Catalyst, Trump, temporary removal of chaos, NVIDIA Hope. Hey, Sherman, Richard, Duzzy. Gay Richard, I hope you had a nice weekend with the family. I know you haven't been trading much last week, either have we, for obvious reasons. Eagle Beagle's in the house. Hey, Steve, hola to you too. Please hit the thumbs up button. Yes, Timothy, Bob, JB, Dave, Mark, Samson, Jeff, who are remembering a loved one who gave a last full measure of dedication. That's right. Well, you are very grateful. Very right. Exactly, Jeff. Yeah, my grandfathers both served in the war. Walt, Pete, good morning. Carlos, happy Tuesday. It is Taco Tuesday. You're right. It's getting better. Yeah, it is. It is getting better. Yes. Thank you, Brian. Very, very nice of you. Second update, Rosalind, Charlene. Good morning, Charlene. Devin, William, Matt, Scampy, Bob, Joyful Travels, Paul, John. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Keong, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Let me give you guys some links since we have I thought we had 200. We already have 300 people here. Some links, folks. Today in the VIP room, I will be talking about straddles, strangles. I will be giving you 20 I'll be doing a technical analysis of 20 major sectors, and I'll be giving you some real good actionable alerts today in the VIP room. Real actionable stuff. Here, I wrote down the preview. Let me read you the preview, what I got going on. How to use ATR for long straddles and strangles, 20 major sector breakdown, whether the bond market is going to revert lower this week. And I got a big bonus for you. Big bonus for you. VWAPs, anchored VWAPs, and regular VWAPs. We haven't talked about VWAPs in a long time. So, in honor of the fact that I'll be doing a quick strike class today at 1 o'clock, here's a link. In honor of the fact that we've had 10 winners in a row. Yes, 10 winners in a row. Let me give you that. Here. There we go. So we got that. We got VIP room. And let me give you the link for Customer Service Live, and then we will be getting started. And what you guys should be thinking about is, what are the major catalysts for, not this week, for today? What are the major catalysts for today? Let me get you the link for Customer Service Live. Where are you, Cam? I lost you in my translation here. There you are. I found you. Takes a second here, folks. Takes a second. It takes a second. Here it is. Customer Service Live, and Cam will let us know what he'll be talking about today. So, folks, in my VIP room, I'll be talking about some major stuff. So, Richard, Eagle Beagle have some Friday before close, works based on early numbers, did not trade much last couple of weeks, so nice way to start the week. Tariffs, okay, catalyst for this week, NVIDIA, no, for today, Richard, not this week, for today. Richard, you're naming all the catalysts for this week. For today, for the next 6 hours, what are the major catalysts? Now, to prevent cheating, I write them down right here. And I'm going to read them to you in just a few seconds. So, what are the major catalysts for today? For today. New home sales market already had a chance to trade after new home sales all day on Friday. That has already been priced into the market. Let's see what could be a catalyst. NVIDIA doesn't have earnings today, guys. I said catalyst for today. Does NVIDIA have earnings today does NVIDIA have earnings pre-open today? No. So it can't be the catalyst for today. Let's talk about today. No problem, Cam. No problem. They just got Brian. We decided to do it. It's all happening in real time, Cam. They haven't even been announced yet. All right. What's the catalyst for today? Okay. How about we start with the first catalyst, the fact that we have a fragmented week. How about we start with the pink elephant in the room? That we have a fragmented week, and a fragmented week usually starts a slow week. Usually when we have a fragmented week, that's a major catalyst. It's not a positive catalyst. Seeing a picture of Clyde was a catalyst. So the first catalyst is the fact that we're starting out slow. We didn't have trading action, which means a lot of institutions are not going to be coming into today, which means the week is going to gear up hopefully by Thursday. We'll have a full week. So we don't have all our screws in order. We don't have all our ducks in order. We have a fragmented week. How about we start there? Why don't we start at the obvious, something that nobody got? The fact that we didn't have yesterday's trading action. The fact that we have a fragmented week. The fact that all the trading that we're seeing right now is based on expectations, not based on actual trading. Don't you think that's a good place to start? How about we start with no, Santiago. In the pit, we've had more than I don't know how many. We've probably had more than 10 winners in a row in the pit. I'm talking about quick strike, Santiago, quick strike. So how about the fact that we didn't have a market action yesterday? How about the fact that we have a short week? What's the second major catalyst? European tariffs, the delay, which is just a delay, but nonetheless. What's the next major catalyst for today? Hey guys, how about this little report called Consumer Confidence at 10 a.m.? That's a big report. Folks, who determines 65 to 70% of all market movement? People called consumers. Consumer confidence, consumer sentiment. Very important report. Very important report. So far, what are the catalysts for today? Santiago, I think we had way more than 10 winners in a row in the pit, my friend. I think. So again, let's talk about. I can't. I don't have the sheet in front of me, but I think we've had way more than 10. Um, let's talk about this. Okay, European tariffs, consumer confidence, short week. That's already three things, and nobody named the short week. Nobody named consumer confidence. You guys did not name the short week in consumer confidence as being a potential catalyst. Catalyst doesn't have to be positive. It could be a negative catalyst too, right? Futures, Jim, overnight markets and futures, global economy and futures. Jim, let me show you who. What did I tell you last night? See, Jim, I could tell you're not following my Telegram channels because because look what I wrote yesterday at 8 o'clock at night. Overnight markets are up big. Overnight markets are up big. Hopefully, global markets support the gains. What was your question again, Jim? Who pushes up markets overnight? Didn't I give you an answer yesterday at 8:01 p.m.? Oh, global markets supporting the gains. Global markets, overnight markets, Europe tariffs, right here. It's right here. I literally answered your question at 8:01, Jim Wally Gora, Jim from Alabama, right here. Overnight markets. Why do you think I always give you an update at 6, 7 o'clock at night that says, let's keep an eye and see if global markets support U.S. economy? Naples fan, what is it about nuclear stocks that's a catalyst for today? Can you please tell me? But make sure you tell me something we did not know over the weekend. Naples fan. What has changed over the weekend on nuclear stocks, Naples fan? I want to make sure I'm drilling this deep and I'm not going off of this because I think a lot of you are not understanding what a catalyst is. A catalyst is something happens between the time the market is closed and the market is open that can generate new information for the market. How can now Naples fan just wrote nuclear stocks. Now, I read the news over the weekend. Naples fan, has there been any news as of Friday morning for nuclear stocks? And if there is, please tell me what it is because I haven't been able to find it. So before you post something here, ask yourself, when was the last time this was talked about? NVIDIA earnings. Do we have NVIDIA earnings in the next 8 hours? No. Then why would NVIDIA be a catalyst for today? Okay. See my point? I want you guys to understand a catalyst is something that hasn't been priced into the market. What do we know about nuclear now that we did not know Friday at lunch? The answer to that question, at least as far as I know, is absolutely nothing. What does executive orders have to do with nuclear? Do you see you guys are just you guys are just throwing paint in the wall and seeing what sticks? You ask yourself the question, what news has come out or will come out between now and the next 8 hours that hasn't been priced into the market? Do you see the errors in your way, Naples fan? Do you understand how nuclear stocks are not? You see how NVIDIA is not? You guys are just throwing mud at the wall and seeing what sticks. Okay? So I'm going to give you all the catalysts that I have here. I'm going to read this to you. I'm going to read this to you, okay? How about short week, bond auctions, bond auctions? None of you named that. Consumer confidence, none of you named that. So none of you named short week, consumer confidence, and bond auctions, all of which will happen in the next 8 hours. And how about another one? No, Jody. How about how about XYZ, financial stock, financial stocks. What do I always tell you about financial, crypto, and consumer staple stocks? They're in financial tech, PayPal, blockchain, up 3%. Very important. It's up 3%. That's pretty important. That's a major stock. So here are my catalysts. I don't know if you guys could see them right here, but I'm going to read them to you. More Europe tariffs, consumer confidence, bond auction, short week, XYZ earnings. Does anybody want to say anything to that? Now, all of you got one right. The tariffs, the tariffs, the tariffs, 90-day pause. Okay, I wanted to share something very interesting with you. This is not market moving. I just want to show you something interesting. And since you guys love politics, I'll share something interesting with you. Over the weekend, there was a new movie that came out. There was a new show that came out on Netflix. It was called The Hunt for Bin Laden. It was fantastic. I saw all 3 hours of it yesterday. I thought it was the least I could do for this country. And there was a very interesting. Something very, very interesting. Who saw that? The Hunt for Bin Laden over the weekend from Netflix. It was. If you haven't seen it, it's a documentary. I highly recommend you watch it. But I wanted to say something very interesting that struck out at me. There was a scene. John, do you remember the scene from the war room, from the Situation Room, when Obama was told that there's a very, very high chance that they found bin Laden. And they were searching for him for over 7 years. And finally they found, well, wait a minute. So they finally find him, right? So Obama is in the Situation Room, and they're asking, he's asking everybody in the room to take a vote whether they should attack or not. Okay. And Obama's like, I think we should attack. Hillary Clinton, I think we should attack. Rumsfeld, I think we should attack. Joe Biden, the vice president at the time, you know what he says? This is on record, by the way. This is not my theory. He says, I don't think we should attack. We're going to ruin the relationship between us and Pakistan. Okay? Now think about this for a second. Think about this for a second. First of all, I think that's the worst thing you could possibly, that's retarded what he said. Obviously, we're talking about bin Laden, right? Pakistan. Who gives a shit about Pakistan and and whether Pakistan likes us, right? We're talking about bin Laden here. Who cares about anything, right? Bin Laden, right? Bin Laden, peace with Pakistan. Bin Laden, okay, all right. But that's not the point. I'm not trying to throw Biden under the bus. My point is, I want you guys to think about how important to America for us to say something like that. Think about how important foreign relationship is or was, and think about the stuff that Trump is doing right now with our foreign relationship for nothing. Not to kill bin Laden, for nothing, for absolutely nothing. China, Japan, Mexico, Canada. I want you to think about what I'm saying right now. Now, I'm not talking about what's right and wrong. Obviously, it was right to attack. Yes, 100%. And Biden was a complete pussy. 100%. But I want you to think about the difference in mentality of global economy and how precious global economy is and how we're right now just flushing it down the toilet. Okay? That's what I want you guys to think about. All right? This is the first trading day since Trump announced it. So while I think Biden was a complete moron for saying that, I want you to think about the gravity of how America, how precious our global relationship is. That our vice president was thinking about not killing bin Laden to save a freaking relationship between Pakistan and America. And now we're literally just throwing all these relationships in the toilet. Not good. Anyway, not good back then and not good right now. But I wanted you guys to think about the difference in the mentality of and how important global relationship is. Dimension Joe has been wrong about every. Well, that's not the point, Rick. That's not the point. That's not the point. The point is for someone to say something like that. Hey, should we kill bin Laden or should we think about our relationship with Pakistan? Obviously, we should kill bin Laden, but think about how important our relationship to foreign countries should be in comparison to how they are right now. We should be much closer. What he's doing right now is a big mistake. We should not throw our relationship with foreign countries in the garbage can. All right. I just thought you guys would, but anyways, if you guys get a chance, watch that show. It's fantastic. Okay. So markets are up pretty big right now. We already know what the catalysts are. We know everything that's coming out today. We got Neil Kashkari who already spoke. I'll tell you what he said. Very different than what he said 3 weeks ago. Durable goods is not going to be that big of a report. It could be for industrial stocks, but I don't think so. But consumer confidence can really put us in somewhere. We have bond auctions. And here's what I want you guys to understand. The US stock market has not validated this price action. This is all, I'm not hitting anybody, Ringo. You weren't listening to what I was saying. You weren't listening to a word that I was saying if you think I was hitting him. You're not listening to what I was saying. Listen, rewind the tape and listen again to what I was saying. I'm contrasting the difference in mentality between how America used to perceive foreign nations to how we perceive foreign nations now. And what I'm saying is we're treating foreign nations like they're garbage right now, which is not good. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not talking shit about Biden. I'm not saying that at all. You're not listening to what I'm saying. If you think I'm saying that, I'm saying look at the difference in how we were treating them like kings, and now we're treating them like they're nothing, and that's not good. That's not a good thing. We need foreign economies, folks. We need foreign economies. All right. Relationships, global relationships are very important. We live in a global economy, folks. Have no idea what Trump long game is. No, me either. He wants us to be in great country. If you take that and his main target, rest will work it out. They take each day. Yeah, I don't believe any. I don't think Trump has a plan. I haven't seen any evidence of a plan. And I think he's ruining our economy. But that's just my opinion. What do I know about anything? Um, I think his ego is getting in the way, and I think even though he knows that this tariff is a huge mistake, he's not backing out of it, and he's just putting on all not good. I'm not happy with what I'm seeing. Yeah, it's not really working, Nancy. It's not really working. No, he's trying to get strength through bullying other nations. Okay, all right, all right. U.S. dollar, China. What is China doing? China is coming off. We're coming towards the 50-day moving average, like we're doing with all our other assets. What is U.S. dollar doing? U.S. dollar is still at our level. U.S. dollar is not buying anything Trump is selling us right now at all. Uh, exactly, Rebecca. I say something. I'm very clear in how I speak, but people take what I say and they just twist it into something completely different. Completely different. Yes, being a bully does not make you strong. Being a bully makes you weak and incompetent. Okay. Being quiet and being reserved and staying the course makes you strong. Going back and forth, take saying one thing one day and saying another thing another, confusing the country and passing your own personal agenda. That makes you really weak and makes you look very, very weak. That does not make you look strong at all. Okay. Certainty makes you look strong. Back and forth does not make you look strong. It makes you look like a moron. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Gustavo. Makes a bully doesn't make you strong. Okay? Exactly. More like between friends. Yeah. Amen. Yeah. So, all right. So again, we're not in a great place. US dollar. Look at the line. As soon as we cross this line, folks, this red line and this black line, we're back in the and remember, nothing changed. These 90-day delays don't really do anything. All right. They're not really doing anything. Okay. Gold. Gold is, whoops. Gold is still kind of above its level. I still like gold. As I mentioned before, it was okay to nibble here and okay to go long here. Don't add to your position. Hold tight right now and liquidate when we're at 34.54. We need to get above this level, and I don't think we're going to get above it for a while. I think we need to see some certainty. I do think once we get past 34, this 34, 40, 50, 34.50-ish level, I think we'll go higher. But I don't think it's going to be easy for us to pass this level. I think the US dollar will have to break below right here for us to go higher on gold. Okay. Right. And now back to our regular scheduled programming. Crude oil. Crude oil. Remember what I said about crude oil? I'm neutral to bearish on crude oil. I'm not really bullish. Somebody did send me a couple of potentials for weekly cash flow. I'll take a look today. I did give you a weekly cash flow. I did give you guys a weekly cash flow last week, towards the end of the week. We'll see how that's doing the next few days. And again, we got to watch this rally very carefully because this is all futures. This is not stocks. This is all futures. This is all speculation based on global economy, where the stock market will go today, not actual price action. This is just speculation. This is just speculation. Okay. All right. Crude oil, Bitcoin. Remember, I told you I wouldn't be buying Bitcoin on this breakout. I would wait for us to consolidate here. We kind of consolidating right now. Wait for this price action to stay here for a few days. As long as it doesn't break down, we should see more. We should see higher prices. We should see prior prices. And let me give you one more time. I have a class at 1 o'clock where we had 10 winners in a row. And I'll be talking about it in the VIP room. I'll be talking about VWAPs, anchored VWAPs, all that stuff in the VIP room. You would be foolish to miss it. Seriously. Here is the link to the VIP room. A lot of education, and I'll do 20 sector breakdown technically today. I know you guys like it when we do our technicals, so we will be doing that today in detail. I'll be doing all the major technical sectors. It's a really good when we start a week that way because it gives us a good idea of what all individual sectors are doing. And then let me give you a link for Customer Service Live, the Cam and Gustavo show, where they always answer your questions and give you the latest information every single day. All right, so Bitcoin up a little bit, but again, I would be cautious. I would be buying. I would feel comfortable if you would buy closer to the 8-day EMA, which happens to be right at this support level, right at 84.84. Okay, bond market. Oh yeah. What did I tell you last week? Let's see how well you guys remember what I say. What did I tell you about the bond market last week? I made a very, very strong statement last week, Thursday or Friday, about the bond market. And I'll even give you a clue. It's a technical. I said something technical about the bond market, and I'll even give you another clue. Richard backed me up on it, or Richard actually started it, and then I went off of it. Do you guys remember what I mentioned about the bond market on Friday or Thursday? I don't remember what day it was. Does anybody remember? China's a little soft today. We'll talk about that in a minute. Does anybody remember what I said about the bond market on actually I don't think it was Friday. I think it was maybe beginning of last week. I'm not sure. Do you guys remember? Do you guys remember what I said about the bond market, specifically about the bond market? And I was very, very clear. Huh. Look at that. We got 583 people in this room. Yes. 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 Yay. Somebody pays attention. Kiang. Yes. 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 Yay. Somebody actually paid attention. Kiang, congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you, Bob. Yes, I said, and Richard and I were talking about. Yes, do you guys remember that? Hey, do you guys remember what Kiong? What day of the week was it last week? Because I don't remember that. No, no, Thomas. I've been saying bonds are in deep doo doo for a while now. It's exactly what John just said. It's exactly what Michael just said, and it's exactly what Kiong just said. We don't have to look further. That it respects the 8-day EMA visual backtesting. Visual backtesting. I said that it's been respecting the 8-day EMA. I said it right here, and I'm saying it again right here. Do you guys remember when I said it though? I remember saying it last week, but I don't remember when I said it. 521 was the date. Yeah, it was right here. It was hold on. Must have been it was you know what it was? It was when the bond market overnight was up here. Yeah, I remember I said it last week. I just don't remember when. But look at how well. Look. One, two, three, four. Let's see if it does it again. But so far, the bond market is respecting the 8-day EMA. Thursday. Thank you. Thank you. It felt like it was Thursday or Friday. Thinks that yield should go. So the more I see our government, the more convinced. Yes, I agree with Stanley Druckenmiller. You don't want to fade Stanley Druckenmiller. You really don't. And by the way, you know what Stanley Druckenmiller said about 2 years ago, year and a half ago? That for the next 6 to 8 years, he doesn't see a lot of growth in the U.S. stock market. And he actually knows what he's talking about. So I don't know if this is a rally, but I know that visual backtesting is telling us that the bond market, and Kiang, you got it right, my friend. You got it right. That it's respecting the 8-day EMA. Look, once, twice, three, four times already. Let's see if this is the high. Let's see if this is the high. So what we're going to be watching today is, yes, the bond auction, 100%. I did mention that as a catalyst. We have several, and they've been moving. But the bond auctions have been moving. So my fear is that we're gonna be above the 8-day EMA, and as soon as we open, we're gonna come back down. My suggestion, folks, today is to put the intraday chart, like Richard and I both have on our market internals sheet, and watch the bond market intraday today. And if you see the bond market coming off of the here, let me draw you a Picasso. Sometimes a picture is worth 1,000 words. See this? We don't want to see this. Here, let me post it for you in. Oh, what did my wife have to say to me today? Let's see. Is it Matt or my wife? I never get messages this early in the morning. Oh, she's just telling me she loves me. Okay. It's nice to hear that from your wife. All right. Let me post this for you right here. Okay. I just posted it for you guys. Okay. So look what I just wrote. We do not want to see this picture come to reality. Okay. We don't want this to come to reality. We want to see the opposite. We want bonds to go up here, not down here. If bonds go down here, it all bets are off. Okay. So we do not want this picture come to reality. We want to see the opposite of this. Okay. All right. Exactly, Klaus. Please do not trade without market internals. If you do, you're making a decision without facts. Absolutely. Scott, market internals, the stuff that I go into Trading Zone Live with you every day. This stuff. Here, the Vold, the tick, the tick, the Vold, the ADD, all that stuff that I show you every day in Trading Zone Live, like this, the Vold, you see? If you guys don't have Trading Zone Live, you really are missing out. If you're a day trader. See, I show you all the stuff. Trading Zone Live, guys. Trading Zone Live. Great place to be. Look at the Vold again. I show you the Vold. See, I'm always showing market internals in there because we trade off of these market internals. VIX, see how ADD and VIX, ADD, VIX. This is all Trading Zone Live, guys. If you don't have Trading Zone Live, you're missing out. By the way, you want to see the growth in that program? Let me show you something. I was looking at it over the weekend. Take a look at this trend that we have. It's a nice looking trend. Look at my trend line from 1 to 529. Look how many people are leaving the program. 529. Yeah, baby. Yep. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right. A bond auction used the AZPN futures over the weekend and went 4 for 4. Very nice, Jeff. Very nice. Yeah, Alpha Zone and Trading Zone are different. One is signals. One is you doing it yourself. Anyway, we'll go back to our regular announcement. I just wanted to show you this real quick. Very nice. Very nice. Yes, go to customer service live. They will show you. All right. Durable goods. Let's see. Durable goods came out. Somebody said durable goods came out. Consensus down 8.1, only down 6.3. That's bad for new orders, down 8%. Pretty much core capital goods were a little lower. Let's see how the market's reacting. Let me just turn on my TC 2000. We still have good amount of time. Um, yeah, Cam, I'm just getting the code right now. Literally, Brian just sent me the code right now in real time. I haven't even gotten it yet. And I'll tell you exactly what it does after I get it. Just give me a little time. It's all happening in real time. We just decided we were going to do it yesterday, Cam. So this is like real time, real time. So here's the bond market. No real major reaction. Let's see, stock market, no major reaction. Yeah, I didn't think it would. I didn't think durable goods would have a major reaction to the market. Okay, so let's continue. Let's continue. Market's holding up pretty good here. Now let's start looking at actual stocks. Remember, we spent 30, 35 minutes just talking about the big picture. Very, very important. Yeah, neutral reaction, nothing here nor there. Now, folks, it's very important to focus on what I'm talking about right now because these are the things that are moving the market. Wall Street, long weekend, right away. Whenever you have a long weekend, it messes Tuesday. The first 2 days of the week are usually fragmented. If you guys don't think that large institutional managers are going to be taking today and tomorrow off, you're sadly mistaken, okay? Tariffs, sweeping euro tariffs, we talked about that, extending the deadlines. Bond yields slumped worldwide after reports emerged that Japan is looking to stabilize its debt. I didn't see anything stabilize in the bond market. Earnings report, NVIDIA, that's not today. It will be a catalyst this week, but it's not today. We have a lot of catalysts this week, but I'm only talking about today. We have FOMC minutes. We have GDP. We have personal income and outlays. We have PCE, which is core PCE. This is very important report right here. Very, very, important report. I only care about annual reports. I don't care about monthly. Monthly reports mean nothing to me. That's all the way. But market should be holding on steady by then. We should be all hands on deck by Thursday, I believe. Hampton, of course, the money the folks will take an extended weekend. Of course they will, Jeff. Of course they will, without a question. I already warned you about Decker Outdoor shoe sales, Hoka, Uggs, not good, below consensus. They're losing their popularity very, very fast. New Balance, I don't even know if New Balance is a public company. I don't think it is, but New Balance is coming up and Hokas are coming down. Chip stocks dropped on Friday. This could still be a potential catalyst, although that was Friday. We already traded past that. Apple, we already know that I warned you that this is going to be nothing, that he doesn't really have. I told you that the market was going to bounce from Friday because this doesn't really have much legs. Trump really can't dictate to Apple what they're going to do and what they can't do. That's highly illegal. They're a U.S. company. Intuit climbed 8%, good for software. New home sales rose really good, very surprising, but very, very good. This is interesting. This is what he said at 4 o'clock in the morning today. He said that significant, or yesterday, hold on. It wasn't yesterday. He said it at 4 o'clock in the morning. It said it was yesterday, but it wasn't yesterday. This is a mistake. He said this morning that significant shift in U.S. trade and immigration policy creating uncertainty. Now, I'm going to ask you something. Do you think 3 weeks ago we didn't have a significant shift in U.S. trade policy and immigration? Do you think anything really changed in the last 3 weeks? No. Making it difficult for Fed officials to move on interest rates before September. Yeah, it is. I agree with him on that. Will the picture be clear enough by September? I think so. I'm thinking, I told you guys, I think summer, but I think it's going to be September. I'm not sure right now. We'll have to see what the data says, but also how the negotiations are going. I agree with him again. He noted that if U.S. secures trade deals with other countries, and they're looking at 10% being the max, by the way, they're not even fathoming it being above 10%. That should provide a lot of clarity we're looking at. Yeah, but they also said that they're assuming it's going to be no higher than 10%. I'm making that assumption too, because the majority of companies don't have 10% margin. You don't. You don't, does he? And how do you put a tariffs on a U.S. company in an industry? Cam, they're a U.S. company. Majority of what they made is not made in the USA. I wish it was. It's not. Yeah, we'll have a good idea by midsummer, but I don't think they're going to take action. I was thinking July, August, but probably September. Probably September. 97% chance of a no rate. Nothing changed here at all. We have NVIDIA on Wednesday. Why are we talking about NVIDIA today if NVIDIA doesn't come out till Wednesday? It's not a catalyst. I asked you for a catalyst for today, not for a catalyst for this week. I give you the catalysts for the week. I wanted to know what the catalyst for today is, and I wrote them for you right here. It's very important for me to write them down so you guys don't think I'm fudging them, okay? European tariffs, consumer confidence, bond auction, short week. That's a catalyst, short week, and XYZ. And none of these are in any specific order. I don't really give orders to catalysts. To me, they're all pretty much the same. When I worked, we usually off till Tuesday after a big holiday. Yeah. It's going to be, a lot of people are not coming in today. Retailers, we got Costco, AutoZone, Dick's, CRM. Folks, very important. So very important. When I say something is very important, it's a good time for you guys to write things down, okay? CRM, remember what I was telling you about Shopify, how Shopify is very related to other retail stocks, not because it's a big company, but because a lot of retailers, a lot of mom and pop shops use Shopify for their shopping carts because they're easy to integrate. Well, similarly, CRM is the number one email server for S&P 500 businesses. So when you see a slowdown in CRM, what you're really seeing is a major slowdown in marketing for S&P 500 companies. Now, how significant is that? Extremely significant. Extremely. Exactly, Jeff. Incestual. Thank you. I always say insensual. Yeah, incestual. Very incestual. Also, chip stocks, very, very incestual. I can't say that word right. Incestual, very much so, very much so. Marvell, chip stock, Costco, very much like Home Depot, very related, very related. So sometimes when I'm looking at earnings, I'm not just looking at earnings for that stock. I'm looking at what impact that can have on the economy. Just like when Nvidia comes out with earnings, trust me, it's way beyond Nvidia. When you see CRM come out with earnings, that's a major, major global player, folks. We used to use CRM and we stopped because it was too big. We needed to hire three full-time people to use CRM. Cam, remember when we used CRM? It was a major disaster. Our clerks, they couldn't go and send emails. Nobody could use CRM. We had to have a dedicated team for CRM. It became a huge disaster. You need a full staff, full team for CRM. So I know that from our own personal issues. No, I mean no, I don't mean influential. I mean incestual. I mean exactly that, incestual. They tight like brothers and sisters. They relate off of each other. No, it's exactly what I mean. What Jeff just says, incestual. All right. Tomorrow after the close, which means it's going to become a major catalyst for Wednesday morning. Okay, because we're not going to have a chance to trade it. Now, I'm giving it to you right now. Same thing for Costco. Costco, same thing. Why? Well, do you know all the small restaurants? Do you know that 90% of all small restaurants buy their beverages from Costco? 90% in America of small mom and pop businesses buy their supplies at Costco. Folks, you need to know things like this. Okay, and that's why I'm here for you. Dell, HP, nah, not going to be big. Dick's not going to be big. AutoZone, not going to be big, although the stock typically outperforms earnings like 9 out of 10 times. You know, AutoZone is one of the fastest growing companies in the world the last 50 years. This is like in line with like Walmart and Nvidia. Take a look at a chart of AutoZone. Go back 50 years, okay? Now you got it, Brendan. Very familiar in how they create reactions with other stock. In this case, as yes, yes. Listen to what Jeff's been around the block a few times. Cam says, "What was the elephant gun for our organization when we needed a 20?" Thank you. You remember Amanda? Amanda, we literally had it was horrible. We couldn't get anything done. It was just like every time we wanted to send an email in AutoZone, I mean, excuse me, in CRM, it was like a new project. It costed us a lot of money. Let me just say that. We have a lot of other things this week, like GDP. I'll talk about this. We don't need to talk about it because this is not a catalyst for today. And it's exactly what Cam just said. We needed a BB gun, and we ended up getting an institutional machine. Yep, 26 days. Brilliant retail model. Brilliant retail model. Very good. Cam is making very good points. Let me give you a link for customer service live. And Cam, yeah, this update, we literally don't even have the code. I probably just have it in my inbox in the last hour, or in the last half hour. So this is not this is all like happening in real time. All right. Cam, I'm gonna repost your link once again in our chat. All right. All right. There you go. We're going to be watching Fed's minutes, May 6th, 7th meeting. That's all happening on Wednesday. I think by Wednesday, folks, I think by Wednesday afternoon, by tomorrow afternoon, we'll be back. Definitely by Thursday, but not till tomorrow afternoon. I'm thinking tomorrow by 2 p.m., volume should come back to normal. About 2 p.m. tomorrow. All right, let's continue. Durable goods already came out. Consumer confidence, 10 a.m. Please don't do anything till 10 a.m. today. Same as Another World, someone with the initials RS likes to tell us all the time correlation. Oh, yeah, correlation. And I'll be talking more and more about correlation. 95% of you do not even begin to understand how how correlated your positions are. I'm going to put an end to that pretty soon. Trust me on that. Europe, this is definitely driving price right now, especially before the open. Folks, before the opening bell, it's very important to notice how global economy is doing because right now everything you're seeing is being driven by China, Europe, and Japan, and the guess of how US is going to trade off of that and the news. So that's why it's really important to read this because this is what's driving price before the market opens. This is one of the reasons why I like to do this before the market opens because it's if I'm trying to teach you catalysts. And if we do this after the market opens, then there's no need for catalysts. And if you guys don't know what your catalysts are, you're not going to be able to effectively watch price action. Well, happy future birthday, Rick. It's a big day, big day. If you come out here with Nancy, I'll buy you a loop lunch, Rick, like I did last time. All right. Europe is up half a basis point, building on yesterday's gains following delay of the tariffs. Defense stocks led the gains on Tuesday. President Trump said he was waiting additional sanctions on Russia. I think that we're way past that, and I think Putin is trying to make a fool of Trump right now. I don't know if he's succeeding, but he's definitely showing the world that Trump has very little power over Russia, or at least that he's not fearful of Trump. And based on how we've been behaving towards him, I don't blame him. I think we need to show Putin that we mean business. I think we need to scare the shit out of him. Okay, and that's like the nicest thing I could say. I'm losing my patience with Putin, and I'm hoping that Trump is too. Oh, Vladimir, oh, let's be nice, Mr. Vladimir. Come on, man, show some strength. Financial industrial stocks gained ground. China closed lower today as investors largely shrugged off upbeat industrials profit. Lower today. China's not getting up. PDD not good for China. Is PDD going to influence US markets? No, it's not big enough. It's not big enough. Automobile stocks extended their losses. Point is, don't be surprised if we're not going to be as strong when the markets open. Remember, this is not driven by US markets. This is being driven by global economy and the guess of where we're going to open pre-open. Okay. Japan reversed earlier losses, closed higher today after reports emerged that the government is looking to stabilize its debt market following weeks of sell-offs. Heavy industry stocks led the gains on Tuesday. Data released on Tuesday showed key gauge of U.S. service sector hit 3.1%, sustaining expectations of additional rate hikes. Why do you think Warren Buffett is so invested in Japan right now? Magnificent Seven are up over 2%. This is a result. This is not a catalyst. Always very important to remember catalyst versus the result of a catalyst. This is the result of a catalyst. Boeing, 1% pre-market, reported the aerospace giant and Justice Department reached a deal. I'll be watching Boeing, but Boeing is not that big of a catalyst. Industrial stocks are not that big of catalysts. Chip stocks are. Consumer stocks are, airline stocks are, but not industrial stocks. Why? Because there's so many different industries. They're doing different things. Now, this is a catalyst because this is a fintech, and fintech are very related to each other. So this is very interesting. I'm actually really curious what their logic was because this stock has been in the toilet. But Block, that's a pretty influential stock. So this will be a catalyst. And it was the last thing I wrote right here, XYZ for you. See, you could see all of my catalysts right here. Morning, Europe tariffs, consumer confidence, bond auction, short week, XYZ. Okay. PDD is a Chinese stock. It's a Chinese stock. Yeah. Happy early birthday, Rick. Rick. All right, so let's look at price action. I warned you on Friday that we were going to hit the 200-day moving average, which we did. We are up above the 8-day EMA right now. Now, I'm going to tell you what I think. We have also major resistance right here. I think our trading action is limited between this line for now, which is right here, about 594 all the way to the 200. We have this area here. We are above the 8-day EMA, but we have limited upside till we break this level and make a swing high. what I want to see today from the stock market and the bond market, I want to see us not touch the 8-day EMA. And on the bond market, it's a little different. On the bond market, I want to see us stay above the 8-day EMA. So basically, I don't want the meat of today's move to come below the 8-day EMA on the bond market. And on the stock market, and on the stock market, hold on a second. I don't want us to touch the 8-day EMA. You see how this is Magnificent Seven? How we're just now gapping up into this range? We're not above this area. I don't want us to touch the 8-day EMA. Look at QQQ. I don't want us to touch the 8-day EMA. See how right now we're not touching the 8-day EMA? The further we stay above the 8-day EMA, the better the odds that this rally is real. The problem here is this. We're still in this area. We haven't gotten out of this area. We need to be above this area. What about RSP? Let's look at RSP. We're not even close to being above. We're not even at that area yet on RSP. What about the Dow? We're not even above the 200 yet on the Dow. So we have to get above the 800, the 200, excuse me. And we have to get above this area. We're not even there yet. So let me just draw something for you. This will make your life a little easier. See how we're in this area, this pocket? Here, let me give you another Picasso. See what I just drew? I just drew this for you and I wrote, we need to get above the cloud. I drew the rectangle. I just posted it for you right here. Posted it for almost 6,000 people right here for you guys. Okay? You could see it right there. I did. I did post it. I just posted it, Eagle Beagle. I did. It's in there. Okay? So you see how we need to look to the left. You see all this junk we have here? Look at SPY. Same thing for the SPY. I mean, I could post it, but it's the same, actually worse. But pretty much the same thing. We need to get above 595. We need to get above 595. We need to get above this area. We still too much stuff here. And if you think I'm convinced it's going to happen today with the market opening up like this, you got another thing coming. All right. So mega caps. Let's just take another quick look, and then I want to show you SMH, and then I'm going to do sectors. I personally think we're going to come right back down here. We're going to test this 100-day moving average. That's what I think. And we're going to have a very hard time getting above this line. This line happens to be at 53.41. Yay! We got over 630 people here. Yay. Nice. Nice. And folks, remember, I have a really important class today at noon for you. I'm going to be talking about using ATR to determine straddles and strangles. You guys want to know how I do strangles? I'll talk about it. 20 sector major breakdown, whether the bond market is going to revert lower, and I have a bonus education on VWAPs and anchored VWAPs. I figured it's been a long time, and I think it's a great way to lead into the class. I've had 10 winners in a row, even in this Michiganer crazy market, and I'll be showing you how. And I'll be showing you all my tips and tricks today, okay? And then here's the link for the VIP room. So class at 1, VIP room at noon. Oh, Matt, hold on a second. Matt's dad, okay. Matt's dad's in the hospital. Okay. No, that's not good. That's not good. We don't like when Matt's dad's in the hospital. Yeah, Matt may not be fully in today. His dad's in the hospital. Okay. I just learned this in real time. I don't know what's going on. So, all right. SMH. SMH. Same thing. Why can't I draw anything? Oh, there it is. I am having a very difficult time with this. All right, let's just delete this. Let's draw this again. There, you could see it here. You could see it right there. Yep, prayers for his dad. Yeah, not good at all. But anyway, you could see this right here. We need to get above this area. We need to get above 250 on chips, guys. 250. 250. Remember, 250 on chip stocks, okay? All right. I warned you last week that I did warn you last week that we're going to get some fragmentation. We have some fragmentation right now, which is another reason why I don't think we're going to have a big breakout. Consumer staples, utilities, basic materials, industrial. Look where semiconductors are now. Look where technology is right now. Look where consumer discretionary. Remember a week ago I warned you about this? Look, semiconductors, technology, consumer discretionary, QQQ, industrial, communication, all the blue chips are here. Now look at it now. Bitcoin is still up here, but look at what else. Consumer staples, utilities, consumer basic materials, industrial healthcare. QQQ's not up here. It's down here. Uh, Semiconductors are here. In 1 week, semiconductors dropped from the first place to third to 18th place. Okay. Very, very important. So we have fragmentation. We don't have a lot of directional bias right now. Moreover, moreover, and this is one of the reasons why I'm not that bullish right now. Look at the stocks making 52-week highs, 46, less than 100. How about 52-week lows, 32? How about 20-week highs, 20? How about 20-week lows, 15? How about 50-day highs, 36? How about 50-day lows, 16? Are there a lot of stocks moving right now? No. If that number's below 100, there's nothing moving. 54 and 44. How about 20-day highs? Let's see. 80, 78, not even that. Now, let me show you last week. Look at this 184, 336, 474, 332, 333, 618, 752 on the 12th of May. And now, 8 days ago, now 80, from 750 to 80. Do you see why I'm very skeptical about the upside momentum right now? Very, very, very skeptical. All right. Let me show you stocks that I like to the downside, okay? KRYS, okay? Paul, I really am laying it out right now. You don't have to ask me. I'm going to lay it all out for you. I'm literally laying it all this out for you, and I'll tell you what my conclusion is. Krys, KRYS, KHC, and Campbell. I know I never gave you Pepsi, KHC. I never gave you Campbell. This must be the first time we're talking about it, right? Right. I'm being highly sarcastic right now. Let's see. SG, first time I'm giving you this stock on the short side, guys. First time ever, ever. Right? Wrong. Probably the 30th time I'm giving it to you. Dix. Wait for Dix to break this area right here. It's got to go a little lower, but it's not looking great right now. Deluxe, Deluxe, DLX, KMX, CarMax, TMO. First time I'm ever giving you this stock, guys. First time. SKT, first time for this one too. Oh, my dogs are going nuts right now. That's it for the hold on a second. Let me see if I got BN. See if I got BN. Yeah, this one right here. Eagle Bancorp. Eagle Beagle. You got a Bancorp named after you, Eagle Beagle. And folks, if you don't mind, give us some thumbs up. One thumbs up per person right here. I'll give myself a thumbs up. There we go. Oh, those dogs of mine, they're going nuts. All right, now how about long stocks? RY, CPNG, CPNG, Zscaler. First time you're ever seeing the stock here, right? Wrong. VRNS, first time you're seeing the stock here, right? Wrong. Be careful. It's only got up to about the 200. Roblox, first time you're seeing the stock here, right? Wrong. Be careful. It's got to pass this area. It's got it. I would wait till it consolidates around here. I would wait on this Roblox. Let's see. Yeah, I would wait till it breaks this area. All right, let's continue here. Budweiser. It's always good when Budweiser and Philip Morris are making new highs, right? First time we've ever mentioned this stock here. We've never talked about it before. First time we're talking about CrowdStrike. It's not breaking out right now, like I told you it would last week. First time we're talking about MNST here, right? Nice looking breakout stock. And first time we're talking about STX here. Yeah, you guys can't hear the dogs. That's all I could hear. That is all I have for you today. So, where do we stand? Where do we go? What's going to happen today? What's the game plan? All right, here's the game plan. I think this is a little overdone for the time being. Also, in light of the fact that there's no real stocks trending right now, I believe this is going to end up being I think this is going to end up being a consolidation day, partly because there's no participants today, there's no institutional traders today, and partly because this is a catalyst too much too soon based on what Trump said. He's just delaying things till July. We're almost in June. So I don't really see a major issue there. Also, China is not up. China is not supporting global economy right now. And again, US dollar is still on the fringe. It's still at this level. So I would be very, very careful. What I would want to see is I would want to see the Dow hold this kind of level after the report that comes out at 10 o'clock. I think we'll have a much better idea of where we stand before noon today. Okay. Um, I would be very, very cautious. I would be very, very cautious and I would wait for follow through. And I would remember what I said about the 8-day EMA on the SPY. We want to stay above the 8-day. If you see us coming into this area right here, the odds are we're going to come back down here. We are not out of this consolidation area. We're still in a sideways market. So I am very skeptical about the upside that this will lead into over the next 24 hours. I want to see this sustain over the next 24 hours. I want to see this sustain going into the end of the day today, not the beginning of the day today. Okay? All right, let me give you links one more time. 10 for 10, quick strike. Here's a link. I'll be talking about it. I would be using today as an opportunity to take profits on the long side that I have from last week in the morning. That's what I would be doing today, if you want me to be honest with you. Okay. Let me give you the link to VIP room where we'll be teaching you guys a lot of goodies today. A lot of goodies today. And don't forget, nothing good happens without customer service live. Let me give you the link for that. And Cam, as soon as Matt is in, he'll give you all the update. Again, I haven't even seen the update. It's just something Brian and I have been talking about. But it should be out. Hertz. Let's take a look at Hertz. Hertz. How do you spell it? What's the ticker? HTZ. Let's take a look. Still at the VWAP. Still hasn't filled this in. I think we're going to just consolidate and come right back down here. Yeah, I don't think there's a big market cap for this right now. And you should be short the underlying, not the option. This is a fundamental play. This is not a technical play. All right, guys, I will see you later. Have a fantastic day. I appreciate you all more than you can imagine. Hopefully, Matt's dad is okay, and I'll text you when he's back at work. I'll be shorthanded today because Matt's not there, but that usually doesn't really stop me from doing anything. And I'll see you guys later. Bye. Have a great day, and don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Use this as an opportunity to position your shorts, and use this as an opportunity to get out of your longs. I wouldn't be buying. I wouldn't be an aggressive buyer here. Bye, guys. Stay out of trouble. It's only Tuesday today, and we have a fragmented week, and we have a lot of stuff on our plate. Don't be doing anything crazy. All right, I'll be watching you. I'll be watching you.